Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth.
Tonight, what Ryan's going to talk about is really how we do our social media on the team. And so you can learn from that and you can,
Yes, one, two,
use the same
three.
methodology.
Yes, one,
But,
two,
but
three.
also a lot of what we post is really not designed for us, Ryan, me. It's really designed for you to like, share, and comment because the more you do, whenever you repost something and other people are reposting it, like you're sharing it, okay, and it's already proven to be a topic or subject that gets a lot of traction, you're going to be rewarded from Facebook. The SEO that Facebook uses, how that machine generates more juice for you and anybody else on Facebook, the large part is determined by how many people share a particular post, comment on it, and like on it. Okay. Now, just so you know, some of those posts we actually get from other sources. We already know they're going to generate a lot of traffic. So some of it's internal stuff for us. We celebrate your successes. We talk about educational topics, you know, current events, things like that. But there's always something in there that we get from, basically a news source. So keep that in mind. If you just simply copied or shared what we're already doing, you're going to increase your SEO just from that alone. But tonight, again, pay attention to what Ryan's going to show you because you can learn from it for your own purposes. So, in any case, Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Hi Gary, hey everyone.
Well, thanks
Uh,
for doing this first. I know it's probably you're right. You're starting to wake up over there. Of course, you work on our hours, so your schedule's already backwards as it is. But hey, everybody, if you could give Ryan a big pat on the back, a hand raise, or put some in the chat box, I think, because he's really doing this. Um, this is outside his normal scope of duties, and I thought, what a great idea to have him show you what we're doing behind the scenes. So, Ryan, I think you're co-host now. If you want to go ahead and share your screen, go ahead and take her away.
all right, thank you Gary. Thank you everyone. Let me just share my screen. All right, should be up there now. Uh, First of all, I just want to say I'm glad to be here today. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Ryan. I work for Gary. I've been working for him for about a couple of years now, managing his social media page, and that's what we're talking about today. Basically, uh, you know, social media marketing, particularly about Meta Business Suite, Facebook's all-in-one tool that's designed to help you manage your business presence efficiently. Whether you are a pro or, just new to social media marketing or just looking to optimize your strategy, I hope this topic will give you tips on how to improve your business at least on the social media side of things. So, let's just talk about, you know, um, why social media matters for real estate agents. First of all, because of the visibility and branding. You can think of your social media like your digital storefront, except it's open 24/7, rain or shine. It is where buyers and sellers check you out, even before picking up their phone. If you are not online, you're basically a ghost in today's market. Not the cool or mysterious type of ghost, just invisible. So that's how important your branding and visibility it is today. Another reason why it matters is because of lead generation. Because, let's be real, you hardly get to see someone flip open a phone book to find a real estate agent, correct? Because, today's buyers, they start their search online. And social media is where they find you. In fact, 96% of home buyers, they search for their dream home online. So 96% is like 96 out of 100 people, they do online research first, because that's how they start, finding their home or finding what they want. Another reason why it matters is because it's time saving. Between showing homes, between handling paperwork, keeping up with your clients, do you really have the time to manually post on social media every day? Because with this tool, with Facebook Business Suite, you can automate, you can organize, basically you can keep your sanity. So that's what it offers. And then um, before we move on to the next slide, I want to ask if anyone here uses their personal Facebook as their business page.
No,
Oh,
I do not.
all right. So basically, what this means is that you don't have a business page. You just use your personal profile to promote your listings or whatnot. And that's okay. We understand because with your personal profile, you already have built-in contacts. You know, your friends, your family, uh, basically anyone with your friends list, and it's okay. But let me just discuss what you're missing out. First off, of course, is limited analytics. Whenever you post something on your personal page, it's like throwing darts in the dark. You have no idea what's going to work or what's not because with a personal profile, there's no way to track your post performance. It just makes it harder to tweak your strategy. Another limitation is you have no scheduling features. So imagine waking up at 6 to post about an open house. I don't think nobody does that anymore. Your personal Facebook forces you to post everything manually, which is not ideal when you're like juggling 10 different things at once. Another one, another restriction is on ad restrictions. You can't run Facebook ads or boost posts using a personal profile. Um, how do we explain this? It's like, it's like trying to sell a mansion with just a handwritten for sale sign on the lawn. Sure, it might work, but it's definitely not the best way. Another one would be the limited scalability. Uh, you're handling everything manually on a personal profile. It can really it can become overwhelming. Uh, you can picture it as you're juggling messages from clients, you're posting new listings, you're responding to comments, you're trying to stay engaged, all while actually running your business. It's like trying to cook a five-course meal while hosting a dinner party. Eventually is going to burn. So those are just a few of the limitations that your personal uh, Facebook profile has. And so that is why I'm recommending you to use Meta's Business Suite. Uh, for those who, for those of you don't know what it is, or if it's your first time hearing about it, it is actually Facebook's built-in media management tool. It is designed to help businesses and professionals manage their online presence more efficiently. It provides you with a central hub where you can schedule posts, you can track performances, you can track engagements, respond to messages, and even run ads all in one place. It's actually also available in desktop form and mobile app. You can just think of it as your command center for Facebook and Instagram. So how does it work? Um, First off, you have a centralized dashboard. We will get through this. I'll give you some demonstration on how it actually looks. So first, you have a centralized dashboard. So you don't have to go through, no more app switching madness between Facebook and Instagram. You can manage your post between the two business pages from one place. Another thing that it offers is, like what I said earlier, post and schedule content. You can batch your content in advance, so you can spend less time posting, and more time selling homes. Another one is to monitor performance. You can actually track which posts are a hit and which ones are flops. Uh, so you can just adjust your strategy accordingly. Another way that it helps us is on the messaging itself. So all your DMs from Facebook and Instagram are in one inbox. So, because missing a lead today, it's not an option really. And another one is ad management. You can easily create and track ads to make sure your listings get the attention they deserve. But for this demonstration, I just want to focus on what's available for us for free. So meaning the features of the business suite that doesn't require you to pay anything, because with running ads, you actually have to pay for something. We can just, talk about it on some other time, or maybe schedule another webinar where we can talk about it more deeply. But for now, just want to talk about the free features of the business suite. And for those who are asking who should use uh, this tool, this can be used by solo agents. If you're doing it all by yourself, this tool would be your best friend. It can also be applicable to real estate teams, because you can assign roles here, you can collaborate, and keep everyone on the same page. I mean, same page literally. Also, brokerages, you can oversee your multiple agents' social media efforts without losing your mind. So technically, this is for every real estate agent, whether you're in a team or not, because it really provides us with us time-saving tools that a, real estate agent needs. So before we go to the actual uh, business suite, do you currently have any questions, guys?
If you guys have questions, feel free to type them in and we can, let Ryan fill them as we go forward. But I did type in something in the chat box in response to some of the chats. Um, Having a Facebook business page, I would consider that very important. It's not the most critical thing when you're first starting out. When you're first starting out, it's all about getting your contact records into your database and starting to communicate with them passively, like with the market update every month, for example. That's absolute bar none number one priority. Then some outreach using like the letter and a phone call, that type of thing, or the booklet. But if you go to the team website, click on the marketing tab, you're going to see a marketing sequence document and another one that says like marketing graphics, and it shows you graphically where your clients fit in, where your marketing fits in centrifugal circles, and it jives with the marketing sequence documents, so you know what marketing campaigns work together. Well, Facebook is a phase two, level two marketing effort. Okay, but it's definitely something to be taken seriously and something to strive towards. Within the first few months of your getting in business, probably the first half year, as long as you're doing it full time. If it's part time, you might not get to it for a while. But sorry to elaborate on that too much. I just want to make sure we point out to you that it is an integral part of your overall marketing plan. The way we help design these for you guys. So we can do this some more in your one on ones too. So um, Ryan, sorry about that. Go ahead and continue if you don't mind.
All right, Gary. Thank you. So as you can see here, I mean, sorry. First, if you were gonna ask on if it's, hard to set up your own business page, it's not. So if you already have your personal Facebook, it's just a couple of clicks away. You just have to go to your profile and add a new page and then enter your business details, and that's it. There's really no special steps or special requirement needed for this. So anyone actually can do it. So, and we encourage you to, for those who doesn't have their their business page yet. And so here it is. This is your dashboard. From here, you can actually create posts for both Facebook and Instagram if you have both. And the first thing that we're gonna do actually is to show you how we do schedule our posts. So on the dashboard itself, on the left side, you can see here the planner button. We're just going to click on that. This will give us the calendar view of the whole month. You can also arrange it by week. It depends on what your preference is. So for example, tomorrow we're gonna schedule a post. So I'm just gonna click on schedule post and then select the time that you want the post to be online. So for example, it's 10 a.m. Your time. And then we're gonna upload a photo. It doesn't matter if you're gonna upload a video, a reel, or just plain text, you can do that here. But for this demonstration, we're gonna go upload a photo. All right. So for example, we are going to upload a um quote, and then I've prepared some captions here, so we can just copy and paste. So the photo is the preview is on the right side, and the caption you can just type it here on the left. And then uh if you want the caption to be different on Facebook and on Instagram, you can actually do that here without, posting it separately. So you can just click on this tab, so you can customize posts for both Facebook and Instagram. If you feel like saying a different meaning of this particular photo on Facebook, you can just type it here, and then on Instagram you can just click here and then type the message that you want. And then you can preview what you've typed or made. You can switch by Facebook feed preview or Instagram feed preview. So you would know how it would look like before you even post it. And after you've typed in your captions and all, you can just make sure that your time that you want to post it is actually correct. Uh, if you've if you've been using this for some time now, it actually provides you with active times, which means that it will give you the times where your audience are most active. For example, 8 p.m. It will just show you here today at 8 a.m. Today at you know. So you can just select those times, and then what it will do is it would post exactly during the time where your audience are most active. So it's like they would get to see your post um, more likely than times where they're not active. If you've done configuring the time and date, you can just click on save and just hit on schedule, and that's it. You will be having a post for tomorrow. You can do this. I don't think there's a limit on how many you can post. So if you have 7 contents for each day of the week, you can just go ahead and schedule them one per day. Again, it doesn't matter if you're posting videos or uh, text or even plain photos, you can just do it here. Yes, PF? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Yes. Forgot. Yes. How far in advance can you schedule postings? Can you do
Yeah, I
like a
don't.
whole month
Yeah.
at a time?
Yes, you can. You actually
Oh,
can.
fantastic.
Yep. So if you have scheduled listings, like for example, once a week, you don't have to wait for next week to post it. You can just have it, scheduled. So, more less time posting and more time selling homes. So that's one power of the planner that we have here on the business suite. Do you guys have anything or any questions with regards to this before we move on to the next
Yeah,
feature?
I apologize, but I missed the part where we start out with our own personal account, and then how do we set up this approach?
Right. If you have a personal account, it's just a couple of clicks away. So basically, what you would do is just hit your profile. Let me just check if I can demonstrate it here because we already have one. It should be under your profile on the top right hand. If you
Yeah.
click on this, you would be seeing here create a page. Of course, we won't be seeing it now because we already have one. But yeah, create a page and that's it. You will just be needing to enter your business details. That's it, really. One thing that you're gonna have to think about, of course, is the business name, because as far as I'm concerned, once you've chosen your business name, you can't change it for the next 60 days. So just be careful on, the business name that you actually want to use on Facebook.
And Ryan, Sam has a question. I think I just saw the answer. Can we have multiple Facebook business pages?
Yes, you can have.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter how many I think, but you can just keep adding, and y that's the same thing with Instagram as well. So you can have multiple Instagram pages,
I have a
and you can all control them within this under this same page. So it's really that powerful.
Okay.
All right. Uh, let's move on to the next feature. This is actually my favorite one. This is the analytics part. So on the dashboard, you can see here insights on the left side. If you click on that, it will show you how your pages perform. You can select if you wanna set a goal or if you wanna compare how your page is doing for this week compared to the last. You can actually set that. But let's just first hover on to content because from just this page, you can have a preview on how well your page is doing, particularly your post is doing. So if you can see here, the green bar under the impressions and reach. Oh, it's gone. Let me just put it up again. You can actually see already how well your post is doing because you will be seeing how many impressions that they've made already. And from this, you can actually see what post needs improvement. If the impressions of your post are not doing well, you can already formulate um, a strategy if you're gonna repurpose this post or improve it. So yes, that's one way to look the performance of your post. If something is if some impressions are higher than the others, that means your post is doing well. So you have the option to adapt that type of post so you can have more impressions and reach, or you can change it to a better one. So this is really what I'm using it for, looking for something that has high impressions and reach. For example, this post from our podcast page is doing well. So if I take a look at what it is, um, I can just, for example, here copy what I've written on the captions itself, and then maybe repurpose it or use it for my next podcast post. So that's one way to look at the performance of the post. Another one would be the insights itself. As I've mentioned earlier, you can actually track how your page is performing. If we go to the overview, or I mean, sorry, results. Okay. So we would be seeing uh, content interactions if they are actually doing better this week or not. We can check if people are clicking our links. If our views are down compared to last week, if our reach are down compared to the previous month, you can actually do it all here. And from there, you just formulate which ones to improve, which ones to not to reuse anymore, which ones to share to other groups or whatnot. So it actually depends on you on how you would interpret these things because not everyone has the same type of audience. Not every page has the same type of audience. Speaking of audience, let's check under insights and audience here. So you can actually see the demographics on which gender and age are the most likely to follow you or to view your posts. So from here, for example, men under the ages of 35 and 44 and then 45 and 54, those are our main audience. So from that alone, you can have the option to do I make more content for my demographics or do I make content for those 18 to 24 and 24 to 34 years old? So it really depends on how you interpret things. If you want people on these age brackets to, to engage more, then you create more posts for them. If you want to just focus on the demographics of your followers from ages 35 to 54, you focus your post for them. So this is really just, if you compare this to your personal profile where you can post just about anything and not have the ability to know which demographics are following or seeing your post, this would be a huge upgrade because like what I said earlier, posting on your personal Facebook is like throwing darts in the dark. You wouldn't know really how it performs. You would just know if your friends like it, if your relatives like it. Not unlike here, where you can actually see which type of demographics are liking and seeing your post. We can also see what cities are visiting your page or viewing your post. Very helpful if you cover multiple cities on your area, very useful for listings. Yep, I think yeah, this is actually like what I said earlier, this would be my favorite feature of the business suite is to view insights. And if we go back to overview, you can actually go to benchmarking. And then if you have some business that you would like to follow or you would want to get idea from, you can just add them here under businesses to watch. So for example, I've listed a couple of business pages. For example, the Do Real Estate Group, they have 4.2 followers compared to 4.3K from us. And you can see how many contents they were able to publish for a certain period of time compared to us. So you can then see the page like changes if they're getting more page likes than us. Then what I would do is to visit this page and I'm not saying copy their idea, but check out what's working for them so we can actually apply that to our same page as well. That's one thing to look at, how to look at benchmarking. And aside from that, most of the insight tools are pretty straightforward.
So
It's
Ryan,
just a matter. Yes, PF.
before we go too far, just so I have it clear, this is looking at the statistics for both your personal and your business pages, right? And
No,
actually, if
just
you have
for your
multiple
business
business
pages.
pages, I'm sorry,
Just for your business page.
only your business
Yep,
page.
only your business
Oh,
page.
I see.
Yep.
Then,
So, yep.
because I've been in other trainings and they have always said to make your postings on your personal pages and not on your business page.
Right. Because I mean, I have no idea. I have no problem with that. as like what I said, if you post on your personal page, you won't get the statistics or the insights for those posts. So you won't be able to see how well they're performing. Unlike, if you post on your business page, you will have uh the number of reach and the number of impressions that that post made. With the personal one, you won't have anything about that.
Okay. So um, then how can I make a post on my business page and have it show up on my personal page? Because
Right.
I've been told that that's the way to
Yep, that's right. That's
make it
right.
do
So
it.
let me just demonstrate it here. So currently we're on Gary's business page. What you would do is to switch to your personal profile and then type in your business page, search for it in the search bar, and then once you're on your business page, you can just share, for example, this one. You can just share it to your personal page. So this is just an example,
All right, very cool. Thank you.
right? So if we share this now, this would be showing up on Gary's personal Facebook page. And that way, you would actually increase your audience, because personal friends of Gary would be also seeing that post instead of just in his uh, business page. That's really a great question, PF. Thank you so much for that. All right. So, other questions, guys, on with regards to
Yeah, I
the
still have
insights
a
and
question.
performance?
So
Yep,
I'm on my, this is Tuan again. I'm sorry to ask this,
sure.
but I'm struggling here. I'm on my personal Facebook account. I click on my profile on the right-hand side. So how do I go about setting up a business page? I
All
don't
right. So,
see any options to do that.
uh, on the menu, there would be like three horizontal lines, and then you should be able to see a pages section.
Okay, so once again, I'm clicking on my Facebook picture profile. And it comes up settings, help, support, display access, give feedback, and log out.
So no pages section. Sorry.
Nothing.
Oh, all right.
Hey,
Let me.
Ryan,
Yes,
Ryan, what
sure,
we could
Gary.
do is I can promote that's actually Bambi's husband. I could promote him or promote him so he can share his screen. Then we can look at his screen. How about that?
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right, hang on one second. Let me do that real quick.
That's a great idea.
So do I
Make
share my screen?
co-host. Okay, I just made you co-host. So you should be able to share your screen. Are you on a Windows or a Mac computer?
Windows.
Okay, that if you just move your mouse around, you'll see a green share button.
Yeah. Share, push share.
Okay, then on the next panel, you might see several different browser sessions you have. Always choose the upper left-hand corner because then it'll show whatever screen you're on, whatever panel you're, whatever browser you're on.
Okay, screen one, I don't see that. Let's view screen two, screen three, screen four. This might be it.
Well, whichever one's the upper left-hand corner one. So if you have four browser sessions open, it's going to look like, you know, four boxes. Pick the one upper left, click on that, and then it should share whatever one you're on. It's like an
Oh,
all-purpose.
you
Yeah.
see that one? Do you see it?
We're not
Share.
seeing anything yet. Yeah. Oh, there, here we go. Hold on a second. Let's let it catch up. Okay, now we see Zoom. So
All right.
but you should be able to go select. So now we see Monday Night Live, email. So whatever browsing if you're on Facebook, pick the one that has your Facebook screen. Oh, that's a beautiful picture.
Okay. Uh,
Just open a browser on that window.
I'll switch it over here. You see this one?
It
Yeah.
says find the setting you need.
Right? So I'm gonna, do you see it now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I click on the right-hand side.
Right?
So where do I go to set up a business?
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt to help you out right here? It's actually on the left at the bottom of that column where it says all the options for your name and everything. And at the bottom it says see more. Click there.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, where are we at? See more.
Very,
And
very bottom.
Where's
You'll see
the, well,
below
actually
the
have your-
smiley face.
above that,
There.
actually, right under it says
Pages.
pages at the very top, all the way up at the top. It says orders and payments, and it says pages at the very, very top of your screen. It's the orange icon, pages.
Okay.
No, back
I don't
up
know.
one. Back up one page.
Where?
Okay, now hit the see more.
Okay.
So where'd it go? Oh, there it is, the orange one that says pages.
This
Right
one?
there.
Flag.
Okay.
Add Meta Business Suite, liked pages and whatever. There's the blue banner across the top says create.
Okay.
No,
This is where it is?
you're clicking the incorrect thing. You back up at the very top of what you just clicked. It says create a profile or business page or something. It's right there, at the very top. No, above that.
Nope. Go back and then go up one selection to the blue shaded box. It
Jesus.
says
where's all
create
this picture?
new profile or page.
The blue
Where?
lettering. Above
plus
Meta.
sign.
Oh, okay. There it is. Okay. This
And
is how you
then
do it.
then you
And
just follow the prompts.
All right. So it's on the left-hand side, not the right side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll find people have different versions of Facebook. Different, if you haven't updated or had um, you could have an older version. I've seen that.
Yes,
numbers of
correct.
times.
Yeah.
That's
Facebook will roll out different updates or different platform interfaces that different versions. And I've gotten things before that friends don't have or that other clients don't have for their pages. I've run a dozen different pages for different people, and I can do certain things with some pages I can't do with other pages. So yours happen to be on the left.
Okay.
Mine-
Got it. Thank you. Now I know
Sure.
where things are. Yep. Cool.
Hi, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching a recording of the Monday Night Live class. Hope you're getting a lot out of it. I'm sure you will. I wanted to let you know that, you can come to Monday Night Live whenever you want, but you can also participate more with the team. Why don't you set up a call with me, a one-on-one strategy call? I can go over everything with you, show you everything that we have to offer. For example, did you know that on our team, not only do you get your leads, we actually give you your own account on our lead gen system. So this puts you in control. You're not waiting on somebody to hand you leads. You get to pick the ones you want. Okay. Huge difference. We have 21 of our own proprietary marketing campaigns. They're all copyright protected. We're the only ones that can use them. Okay. The coaching is absolutely one-on-one. We got 3 coaches. We even have a 4th success coach that we have access to. Okay. One of left fewer than 100 in the world. Okay. One-on-one coaching. Right now the big problem is volume. We need more transactions. We need more inventory. I get it. Well, we know how to get it. Our team actually outproduces the national average by more than 2 to 1. So if you're struggling, don't do that anymore. If you're a solo agent, if you're a team, let's just talk. Smart entrepreneurs are always open to discussion. Learn what we have to offer, and then you can make an informed decision about staying where you are or moving on. You got to decide, if you're not where you want to be, you've got to take action to get where you want to be. Let's see how we can help you do that. I look forward to talking to you. Click on the link, set up a call. And by the way, I'll see you on the next Monday Night Live. Okay.
I have a question for Ryan as well. You can link your Instagram and your to your Facebook Meta page, right? So that you
Yes,
can
you can.
you can manipulate both of the pages, or admin both pages from your back office, so to speak. Do you have an opinion, or do you have an analytical data that would suggest to go along with that opinion, that would you post the same post basically at the same time that's on your Facebook that is on your Instagram?
I see what you mean. Currently, what I'm doing is, checking both the impressions on both pages, and if the one on Facebook is doing better than the one on Instagram, uh, what I do is the next time I post it, I don't post it on Instagram. I just post it on Facebook. And then there are some other times that it's not doing well on Facebook, it's doing well on Instagram. I just skip Facebook on that post in the future and just go to Instagram. So, it really depends on the insights that I get from Business Suite.
Because I
But
I spent years doing this, and I'm sure you have an opinion on this too, but I stopped checking the insights for things like this in answer to my question,
right,
because the insights are important, and the analytics of what you're doing and how you're doing and all of that absolutely matters, right? But there's
right,
no guarantee that the audience on your Facebook is the same as your audience on Instagram, meaning
that's correct.
that you don't have any way to know or guarantee or enforce that the people following you on one platform even have an account on the other platform, much less follow you, right? So if
That's
I'm
right.
making an announcement for an open house, I want everybody to see it, regardless of how it performs. I want everybody to be informed of that. And if you're not following me on one platform and I don't post there, or if I do post there and you don't have an account there, there's no way you're going to see that. So pretty much every post I would make, I can track the analytics and that's great. But every post I would make, I would just have my Instagram linked to my Facebook, and I would just duplicate the exact same post, pretty much word for word. The platforms, the interface is a little different, but you can have hashtags and whatever, and the way you do that. But for the most part, I post an identical post at the same time. So it goes up
Yeah,
on Facebook at noon. It hits Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Same photo, same verbiage, same everything.
caption. Yes, that's
So
right.
the problem that I run into in my self doubt is, would I want to see that as a follower of Rob's page? Would I want to see a redundant post? Probably not.
I see what
But
you mean. Yeah,
I have read that at one point that only 12% of what you post really gets seen at the time it's posted anyway, by Facebook or by your follower. So the majority of what people are going to see are not exactly at that moment, and they're going to run across it at some point later. So I don't know if
yep,
you have an opinion on that or can speak to that or can argue that point, but I think I don't know if it's better or worse to make the exact same post.
I
You
see
know,
what you mean. But if we're talking about the reach of how many people would get to see your post, I would rather pretty much post on the same platform. Particularly, because like what you said earlier, not all your followers on Facebook are following your Instagram, and the same goes around. You know, uh, Again, if we're talking about the reach and the number of people that I want to reach, I would just go post both of them on the same platform. I even actually do that on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn isn't a part of Business Suite, so yeah,
right? I do it with Twitter as well. I just copy the
that's right.
same post. And Twitter's a little bit different. It limits your characters. It limits, it's a little bit different. But essentially, I just make a copy paste of that. You can schedule it if you pay for it. I don't know if Twitter's changed. I lost my social media about 2 years ago, but
Oh,
um, somebody hacked me and took a bunch of stuff down, and I haven't really used it the way that I should. I still have a Twitter, but I'm not promoting there anymore.
right.
But you can, I think you can schedule Twitter as well, but you may have to pay for it.
Yep, you do have the same thing as in TikTok and in the
Right, right.
thread as well. So if you have multiple social media channels, aside from Instagram and Facebook, you have to find a third-party software that actually posts on the same across all social media platforms. But it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I used to use Hootsuite and a couple others
Yep,
that
that's right.
are, you know. Anyway, I don't want to dominate the meeting here. I just wanted to help our
Yep,
teammate there out.
right. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, this is pretty so this is incredible. They get you to discover. It's got all this crap on there. You got to click on Meta Business Suite. Get rid of this I don't know. All this stuff is on my Facebook. They want to sell you things. Horrible.
Yeah, but once you get started on your page, you can just easily see it on the right-hand side. That's if you finish setting it up. All right, guys. Do you have any questions about the scheduling and the performance tracking on Business Suite?
Hey, raise your hand or type in the chat box if you've ever done this before. If you already have a business page and you've done some of this scheduling, yeah. So Eric, after you got it up and running, did you find that it definitely is a time saver and helps you be more structured and organized and you
Uh,
know?
I'll be honest, I'm mostly doing manual, but
Hmm.
a lot of copy and pasting. I mean, I put your guys' stuff out there. And I'm actually running it through my personal page and sharing it to two business pages. I should probably do it the other way around.
Right.
And I
It
do see
actually
you
saves
sharing
some
on a
time.
regular basis, liking, sharing, commenting. And I do. So Ryan, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or if you see different stats on this, but um, it seems like if we create a post on a business page and then share it on our personal page, like Eric was just saying, that overall we would probably get some better SEO because people are more like, I mean, I'm personally more active on my personal page. I'm not out there all the time. You guys are out there more than I am, but when I'm out there, um, I'm just naturally more active than I am on the business page. So I don't know. I'm just drawing from my own experience. I don't know if there's any stats on that that you're aware of.
I
Actually,
agree.
you're
I
actually
agree with
correct,
that.
Gary,
Yeah.
about that because on your personal page you are more engaging.
Mhm.
So, you get to talk to people through comments and all. But if you compare that to your business page, there's not much of an engagement there. So yes.
And also, just because somebody's friends with you, on your preferences, depending on how you have your preferences set up, at least I would say to make a business post that you're sharing or what have you on your personal page, always make those public because you always want to maximize that. But to that point, just because somebody's friends with you on Facebook, whether they know you in the real world or not, doesn't mean they're following your business page. So they're never going to see your business page if they don't follow your business page. But if they're friends with you, they will see it, at least have the opportunity to see the post on your business page that you shared using your personal page. Does that make sense?
That's right.
Well, I think too, when you do, just following that line of reasoning. So if you make a post on your business page, you share it on your personal page. I'm pretty sure the way the algorithm works, and I gotta, they could change this tomorrow. They change it all the time.
Right.
But that original post, the more it gets shared, it's not always a one level like a shotgun approach. It's linear. It's here. Like I share it, and then on my page, and then Eric gets it and he shares on his. Then Bambi gets it and she shares it. So it's like almost like a tree, almost like revenue share tree at EXP. It keeps going down further, multiple layers and spreading out. But I
Right.
think the original post benefits from all that, as well as each post in the link. I mean, the chain of shares, each time it's posted, that person benefits too. I mean,
And
that's
Facebook may have some way to know that, okay, great, this post was shared, but you're sharing your own post versus I'm sharing your post. There may be some reward management of it's
oh
better
yeah.
for somebody else to share it than for you to share it. But I just look at it like, hell, it's getting shared, you know?
Hmm.
So I'm going to post it on my Facebook, on my business page, and I'm going to share it on my personal page every time. And then I'm going to also follow groups or something to do with the city I live in or real estate or whatever. And then I'm going to share it there as well.
Yep, that's a very good idea. Share it to the groups that you joined so that more people will see it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. There's 8 chats. Brad saying, yeah, Lua flying by the seat of the pants. Yep. Let's see, helps create foundation for brand awareness and block time to schedule. Yep. I have business page, but don't schedule. My daughter does this for me. That's Gabby. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, of
So
course,
Gabby, if you
if you currently have, a someone working for you, this is actually a good tool because you can just give her access to your business page without even giving him or her your own password. So, and then she can just manage it from her end.
yeah,
I would say too, like to Eric, I was going to interject a moment ago when Eric spoke up and said, "Oh, to be honest, I really pretty much just do it manually." I've found over using, anything you do in duplication, you're more often or whatever, you get better at it. So I started using the business suite, and then I kind of used it to the point where I thought it was, a tool that it was going to be like I had to use it. It was prerequisite. It was just made me so much more efficient because I could sit there on a forethought of a pre-planned window of time for an hour or whatever, and go through and like maybe it's Sunday night or whenever it is when you want to do it weekly, and just pre-plan a dozen different posts for the week, and just I'd make a post right then, and then I would schedule everything else for the week. And then right before I was done, I would make another post, and it'd be, an hour or 2 hours later or whatever. And that way I don't have to do anything else during the week. I can, but I don't have to. And then when I'm following my own page and then the auto post comes up that's pre-scheduled, I see that happen or my phone goes and Rob Harrod has made a post, and then I just go share, and I share it to my personal page whenever I happen to see that post go up. But there's a way more engagement if you actually sit there and do it because you've trained yourself to do that. It's kind of like time blocking. I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Pencil in your mind if you have to literally say, Sunday night at 8 o'clock, whatever, Sunday at noon, Tuesday at 3, whatever time it is, I'm going to do this. And I would do it twice a week. And it would be done. And like you said, you can go out 6 months from now and post something I don't know if it's 6 months, but I know you can do like at least 3 months. I've done it before. And you can schedule things for the entire week, and you don't have to worry about it happening during the week, and you don't have to not have done it during the week because it's going on anyway in the background without your attention.
All right, so quick question
That's
once
good.
again.
That's
I
good
got a
advice.
quick
Thanks.
question for you. So I set up a business page. So what's the best way to get the business page out to all the friends that you have on your personal account?
It's going to the way I've always done it is I share to my personal page the fact that I have created a business page. Hey guys, hey gang, hey Facebook fam, whatever. Try and just be honest, trying to promote myself and my business and get the word out there. Any help appreciated. Follow me for insights on my business page. Thank you very much. And share that page to your personal page, and you can do that often.
Right, but there's no way to just like populate your business page with all of your friends on your friends page.
Yeah, you got to ask them to join.
but you
Okay.
can
Yeah,
invite them.
Fair enough. Yeah. Thank you.
You can invite them. You can go through where it has like to invite people to like, but you have to be careful to do that. At least I in my experience, if you do something too often where you're inboxing the same message too often or sending too many invites at a time per day or something, and too many is I don't know. I mean, a lot, like more than 50 or something. So Facebook will smack your hands for that, and they will look at you as a spammer instead of as a promoter.
Got it.
One thing you can do too, there is an invite function, but you can also go to Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and send people private Facebook messages too, and say, "Hey, please." Yeah,
that works with a private message, and pretty much you're going to copy and paste. Just be aware that when you do that, Facebook is recognizing it. So I would, hit your close circle doing that, and then ask them to share for you, and ask them to invite. Say, hey, if you could do me a huge favor and just, tell 3 people. So they have 3 people also that would, they would share it for you, and then they would have an additional 3. And then, you can do that a lot, but you can't do it a lot in the same day. Facebook will smack your hands, like I said. So do it, 30
Used to be
people.
about 20.
Yeah, I
Used
was
to
going
be
to say,
like
you do
20 at
like
a time,
25,
20 a
30
day or
people.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, you get cut off after that. You can't send that same exact post. They recognize it.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Ryan, anything else, Ryan? Like, in fact, what about talking about the frequency of posting? I've seen that debated multiple times and different answers. And like when you're brand new, how many posts should you be making daily? And if you're up and running for 5 years and you have 5,000 followers, would that person be doing a greater frequency of posts? That
Yep.
I don't know if there's any answers there, but yeah.
It actually depends on what you want to share, or your how to call it, your advocacy on how you want to help your audience, what information you want to share. So it really depends on you. And as I said, having a look at your analytics actually works if which post reaches more people. If posting multiple posts per day actually increases your reach or not, it depends really on the analytics. But one thing I can say is you have to be consistent in posting, because you don't want to uh post once in a while, because people tend to forget that you have a business page if you do that. So consistency is the key to this full business page.
I'll
And
second.
yep, that's right. And one last thing, Gary, just a short one. This is the last one on the the business suite, is the inbox. If I can just share my screen for a bit.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you have a unified inbox here in business suite. So basically, all your messages from Facebook and Instagram are all in here. So you don't have to switch apps, on your phone or on your computer. And what's cool here is you actually get to do automation. You guys probably have seen this when you're messaging a person or a business page, where you just type in your message and you suddenly get a reply immediately. You can do that here. You can just customize your messages for when you are off hours. So basically, a different message will be replied if you're open, if your business is open, versus when it's closed. You can set up custom keywords. For example, someone messages you and asks for listing. You can automatically set a reply for that, and so forth. So it's basically just all here. Uh, you just have to play with it, uh, get the most out of it. And yeah, that's it on Inbox. Uh,
Okay.
like what I said, what I like about this is you can just all messages from your Instagram and Facebook pages are consolidated. You can actually tag the people who message you if they are a lead or not. And then, if you get to the point where you have hundreds of leads, maybe you can just message them and offer them your service or whatnot. So yes, that's another powerful tool from Business Suite is the inbox feature.
Okay.
Right. So, any questions, guys?
Well, what I was thinking, Ryan, if we could go back to the business page and then show some of the posts that we've been making, like for today and then like last week, so people can see how we're alternating um, human interest with humor, with education,
Yep,
um, and then just updates, classes coming up, guest speakers, things like that.
that's right. So, what we actually do is, it's a mix of um, like quotes and the happenings on our team. Like, for example, this Monday Night Live, I do post them twice a week. We do actually post closings, birthdays, anniversaries. of course, podcast and a bit of humor because from what we found out, if you post something funny, people actually tend to react more to it. That's so you might have
Mhm.
to, mix it up a bit when it comes to your content. But like what I always said, you find something that you're passionate about, you focus on that and make that the focal point of your page. Then use the analytics to check if your posts are doing well, if you need, to tweak your strategy and so whatnot. So yeah, like what Gary said, we post different types of content here. Uh, Most of them are easy to share. They don't really focus on anything that's, uh, very, very specific to what people need. So yes, this is what we post, Gary.
Yep. There's that was last Monday night, the recording. And by the way, next Monday night we have uh, Brad Binder on, who we've actually had on the podcast, and I can't remember if I think that's going out this week. And Brad is actually in class tonight. so, so, Brad, if you want to unmute yourself, say hi to everybody, maybe give them a little, tease them a little bit about what's coming up next week.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot, Gary. Hello, everybody. Brad Binder, the founding partner of the Ask Local Marketplace and its digital concierge. And we're excited to show off a platform that we think is a better hook for the local real estate pros to uh, to engage that prospective client audience, that client base, and win trust through transparency, and give them really simple, easy to use resources that's going to streamline the back end of your business as well. So I go any deeper than that, Gary. I start to go down the rabbit hole myself, and I've done that enough today. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, guys, I want to tell you, this is definitely one you want to invite people to. So that if you can, and I'll give you a homework assignment. Just Google asklocal.com between now and next week, and there's an app you can get that allows you that literally manage the life cycle of a transaction from beginning to end, including all the parties, inspector, appraiser, lender, title, list goes on, buyer, seller. Um, and so when something is, in the transaction life cycle itself, when there's an update, when there's a change, when something's getting diverted, when there's a, title issue, what have you, there's nobody ever wondering, well, what does it mean? What do I do next? Who do I contact? Usually it's you, the agent, controlling that transaction from start to finish. But the reality is there's a period of time when the lender has it under their control. There's a period of time when the title company has it under their control. So you should always be on top of what's happening with your transaction. This is going to make it way, way easier to manage that. So you're not running around with notes and a planner here and stuff in your cell phone and stuff on your computer. Use the app because everything's right there at your fingertips and everybody is there for you to communicate with. So I don't want to spoil the show for you, but I'm telling you guys, you want to be on next week. And you know, I think Brad, if I'm not mistaken, there's a way for them to get the app. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're being cautious. I mean, we're limited. We're a bootstrap company, right, in Northeast Ohio, going to market. We're excited, so we're not trying to get out over our skis too quickly. But there's going to be a lot of opportunity here in the near future for the right partners that want to enhance that buying, selling client experience and streamline their back end and organize their referral partners in meaningful ways.
Yep. It's an awesome, awesome tool, and he's been able to figure it out. I mean, he's being humble, but I'm telling you, the guy, he's the ultimate entrepreneur, you know. So, stay tuned, be on next week, and by the way, yeah, and I'm sure you can tell I'm behind this like 1,000% because when I saw it, I actually drove to Cleveland a couple of weeks back to see Gina teach live. You guys remember Gina, right? She's still with us. But I just like Shefty and I pushed her out of the nest. So, but she was up there teaching, did an awesome job. And when Brad showed this, I was blown away. I said, man, we got to get this out. So I'm getting behind it at 110%, guys. Help get this out. I think there's a national platform here. And also, what I was getting at a moment ago is Brad's initial core business is he's a lender, and his claim to fame is he can get 3/8 of a percentage off of your rates, of basically a wholesale rate. So just hold on to your seats. He's in 7 states now, but I told him our team's in 38 states. And I understand you don't want to get out over the tips of your skis. I know exactly what you mean, but it's hard to hold back when something that's a you can call it a disruptor technology, whatever you want to call it. Basically, game-changing technology is out there. So you guys can be on the front end of this, Um, any case, stay tuned for that. Invite your guests. Use the custom Zoom link to invite people. If you don't have it, just use the link that comes in your email tomorrow from Sugar. And with the recording, there's always a registration link there to register for upcoming classes. So even if you don't have a custom Zoom link, just share that. But in any case, I want to get back to Ryan, guys. If you guys could give Ryan a pat on the back again, a big thank you, because he's not an agent, he's an employee. He works behind the scenes collectively for us on the team, and he did this on his own time. So Ryan, I know I already give you half a day on Fridays, but feel free to take another half a day whenever you want. So,
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, everyone, for having me. Hope you learned something today. Thanks again.
yeah. And can I tell him the surprise at the end of March, Ryan?
Yes, of course.
So Ryan's coming back, guys, at the end of March to talk about setting up just a simple web page. Some of you are in the Accelerate program and you've had to get a new URL and tie the Accelerate, it's basically a hot, we'll call it a hot URL to your page, your new website. So that was very easy. But everybody here should have your own, what do you call a vanity site, your own web page, maybe with your name in it, something like that. We can discuss that on a one-on-one, but we're going to show, or Ryan's going to show you how to do that critical part of your business. So you'll have all the pieces and parts that you need. So, yeah. And guys, I'm going to stay on for a few minutes. If anybody has any questions, um, if
I
you're
have a
stuck on a
question.
transaction, stuck with a client, just speak up. Let me know. Collectively, maybe we can help you solve it. I don't always have the answer, but you got a room of some very bright people here and successful.
I have a point
Um,
that I'll make about posting for your social media post and so forth, but and then throw that
okay.
back to that point. You guys be aware, you may have seen this too, and I'd learned trial and error. When you make a post on Facebook, when you make a post on whatever your social media platform is, the quality of the image is of course going to be important. You want the best, the definition of that image, you want everything to be crisp. But if you're sharing that same image between platforms, a lot of times Facebook will show up okay, and then you look at it on Instagram, and Instagram will cut it off. If it's not a perfect square on Instagram, Instagram will square it up. So if it's a rectangular picture, it'll cut off the sides. If it's a tall horizontal picture, a tall vertical picture, that'll cut off the top and the bottom. So your message is lost on a different platform. So I found the best thing that worked for me across all platforms, and you can Google this. Just Google social media post or social media image dimensions, and the dimensions of your different platforms will have changed over the years. Again, I mentioned a moment ago, I lost my social media about 2 years ago through a hacker. But what I found was the size of the dimension of the image that I would post, the best size that worked across all platforms was the measurement of that measurement, not in inches, would be measured in pixels. So the measurement would be 1080 by 1080 pixels measurement, which was a perfect square. So if you make your image, if you're using Canva, if you're using Photoshop or whatever, and this may be a little advanced for people, but just try and play with it. But 1080 by 1080 was a perfect square, and no platform would cut off my image. So you get the top, all four corners, you get everything within your image there. Because if you're putting it in the image, you want it to be red. You don't want it to cut off the top or cut off the bottom of your times, or if you're inviting to a Zoom or an open house and then you lose any part of that image, is no good. So consider that as well. Play with it and see what works for you. Um, but yeah, that's important. The dimensions of that image posting isn't always going to be congruent between platforms. That's why I used the 1080 by 1080 because it was a perfect square and it was congruent between all platforms. And be aware, and I'll throw it back to Gary for any questions you guys have about transactions and so forth.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that.
Gary,
Yes.
may I ask Ryan or everybody a question here? I have a Facebook business page, but I've changed brokerages. So I tried to go back into the Facebook page to, change the information, but something happened. Somebody tried to get into the account. So Facebook locked the account and stopped me as administrator. So how can I take that page down or get back in as administrator? Because there's no way to contact Facebook. They don't, they're not to me, they're not responsive. I don't know how to do it. Or does it matter? Just build a new page and not worry that it's out there, or?
Yeah, my advice would be to build a new page. I just went through this with two-factor authenticator and uploading IDs and losing a face. I mean, it was a nightmare. Anything within Facebook, I would say just stop, drop, and roll, and start a new one. Because getting through those weeds is very, very difficult. That was just my experience, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you, because it's
the most you can really do. The most you can really do is go to that existing page that I guess you've lost. And you can click on somewhere in the vicinity of where you're liking it or following it. And you have an option that says claim this page. And, if somebody has stolen it from you or whatever, you could always request to claim it back. But that's about the most that I was able to do with mine. You could also maybe implore your audience to report the page and, tell them that it's your page and not someone else's page. And they can click on it and say, this person's being an imposter, and they're created a page that belongs to somebody else, and then that somebody else is somebody that Facebook prompts all those questions. With fraudulent page, pretending to be somebody else, a celebrity or somebody I know or a public figure, where you click. There's 3 or 4 prompts, and they can, if they're a friend of yours, they can start to type your name in. It tags you. Facebook sees that it was yours and can give it back to you. But good luck. Because you can't reach anybody, you can't talk to anybody.
No.
The robo chat, it's a mess. I mean, I went through, probably 7 months of trying to get my pages back and finally gave up.
Okay. Then I'll just let it go and build a new one. Okay.
It's worth a shot to go to the page and try to claim it. It's worth a shot. But, things change all the time. But I just think that, Facebook doesn't promote a phone number for a reason. Can you imagine the inundation they'd receive from the entire world calling them nonstop? They don't promote a phone number because of that.
I did try to. There is a way to contact them, if you think there's fraud on the page or something of that ilk, but the drop-down menus do not apply to why I'm contacting them. And whatever I choose, they still don't respond. So it's a very strange thing. Annoying, but
well,
I'll figure
if you do
something
spend money on Facebook, like you pay to promote posts and ads and things like that you'll get their attention then.
Yeah.
But that's an expensive way to sell. I like Brad said, it's happened to my mother. I never forget, somebody stole my mother's page and then tried to contact me through communicate with it. I'm like, I know you're fake because the real Fane Sandin is my mother. And I reported it. It went on for months. My sister were all reporting it. Everybody's reporting it. And it just took months for them to do something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's apparently what I read was that someone was testing the account and trying to do charges against the account. And that's why they locked it. So it's not because it's a fraudulent page. It's not a fraudulent page. It's just there was some suspicious activity.
Right. Yeah.
It's not one thing, it's another. But thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's why they call it the grind. You just gotta, choose to stay in the light and bring your hustle every day. And just outbeat the bad guys, outwork them. Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Hey guys, any questions on anybody in Accelerate that has a question or needs to have a one-on-one? I mean, there's things I can give you on the call tonight like they have every day at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, they have what's called office hours. You can go in and even if you're not even if your account's not active yet, I can give you that link so you can go in and help get things resolved. I think we've got most of the initial challenges met. People's accounts being still in pending status and things like that. Some of us are still waiting on phone numbers, but some of us are actually making some real progress, guys. Making appointments, getting people committed to you know um, join up, or they're using the Facebook posts for new construction. And like Dorothy, for example, she's getting appointments. She had the first round of ads went out, lots of contacts, 60 of them, but they were all, like not now business. They were just starting to look, that kind of thing. Remember, when that happens, guys, don't call it a bad lead just because they're not ready today. That's a future lead that you need to nurture. Because if they're looking at houses now, just know how far along is that conversation in their head to compel them to actually go out and look at houses. Think about it. Just think about this, the mindset of someone looking at houses. You know they're going to buy, right? Just stick with them. Give them content that they can use and digest. But in any case, she ran it the second time differently, got far fewer leads, but they were much better. They were more like now leads. So this stuff is working. Okay. Just keep plugging away. Keep plugging away. That's the best advice I could ever give you is if you find yourself waking up tomorrow and not sure what to do, get on the phone, call me. Let's get a quick Zoom and I'll show you what to do. Okay. Get on Accelerate, go to the 3 o'clock session, tell them you're stuck, you need something, and they're there to help you. They will literally help you one on one. They'll actually take control of your screen, like your Facebook page, for example, to get stuff set up if that's what it takes. And it's all paid for already. Okay. So do not hesitate. Keep setting up your one-on-ones. Got a bunch of one-on-ones this week with people. When I asked everybody to submit your goals last week, and I really appreciate that because we are making progress. I'm telling you, I'm looking at March and what's coming in listings and under contracts is increasing already. So remember, April is always the big month. It kicks off the spring summer season. You don't want to wait to April to take action. Ask Brad, when do you take action for stuff that's going to be occurring in April? Do it now. You do it in February. You know, you just remember my adage about the cellophane. Don't poke at the cellophane. You're not going to break it. Just grab the freaking cellophane, crunch it up, and get it out of the way and charge through it. Okay. That's how you get stuff done. So, okay. Enough of me talking. You guys got any questions?
Hey, Gary, what's the name of the app that Brad's presenting next week? Or does he have a website we could look at before then?
asklocal.com, ASKLOCAL.com.
Yeah. And Brad, tell them what state you're in already for the lending. I think you said 7 states you're able to.
We are in Ohio, South Carolina, Florida, Colorado, Idaho, soon to be Wyoming and Utah. Looking to go into Tennessee here shortly as well.
Nice. Okay. And that's just the beginning, guys.
That's just the beginning.
Yep. So, like every successful person, when do you get in on the game? The end, the middle, or the beginning?
The beginning.
Isn't
You're at the
Janai
beginning.
testing your program too?
She is. She
In
is. So
Wisconsin, right?
yeah, that's out of Wisconsin. So that was another where we're just leveraging some internal referral partners to satisfy some existing clientele of Janai's. But yeah, it's she's yet to see the best part of it, which I'm looking forward to her clients going under contract and her getting a front row seat of that.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Phillips, set up a call when you get a chance, okay? Are you still in New York?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll set up a call.
How's your mom?
As good as someone could be in her condition. But I did finally get 24 hours home attendant now. So
Wow, congratulations, man.
Thanks. So I'm just trying to get everything together, surveillance. So when I leave, I can see what's going on from Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I can't help but notice everybody's wondering why you don't have any gray hair. I'm just teasing you, man. I'm just playing with you. Yes. Well, set up a call when you get a chance. And anybody else, if you haven't had one for a while, please set one up. Remember, you got to schedule minimum 2 days in advance, and then no more than 2 weeks out. So keep that in mind. Let's make every day count. Sound good? All right, guys. Have you have a wonderful night. God bless you and all your loved ones. And I will see you on the next Monday Night Live next week with Brad. All right. Make sure you invite some friends and guests, and I'll see you on the one-on-ones.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Live. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.